In fact, probably, although I don't think they're actually our rival, they really should be. I don't know why Count Teobaldo here isn't our rival, because he slept with my wife. He has been in numerous factions against me. He has been a thorn in my side for many a year. And now he is challenging me to a duel. A non-lethal single combat that will commence immediately. The victor will keep or gain the artifact. Loser will lose the artifact. I don't know what the artifact is. Because the only artifact, which is kind of frustrating as well. He called the Robstercraw abhorrent. He has to. Here's the problem. Double down, and I know you've got like a special spot in your heart there for Robstercraw, but we've got a 9 prowess, right? We're not the most prowessful. Prowessable. He's got a 16 prowess. You know, he is a tough soldier. We are none of those things. I like my coffee like I like my Tibet free. You can check what claims he has. Can I now? Can I check what claims on artifacts he has? There we go. The loincloth of Jesus. Mana pie. Cheers, my friend. Hope you're enjoying that tea. Lanfranco may lack at prowess, but he's got moxie. That's what counts in a duel. Don't look. I've only dueled, I think, once or twice, and I've lost every time. Twice, I think, now. So he also, I guess he is of our house, because he has a claim on our regalia as well. Because I don't want to give up the loincloth, obviously. And because... Oh, that was Duke Lanfranco. My bad. I was looking at Duke Lanfranco. Not that's why that makes sense. Sorry, King Robstercraw. This is who's fighting. We have a worse prowess. We have a 7 prowess. Double down. My bad. I was looking at the wrong character. We lack moxie, but we are a drunkard and we are irritable. The only reason I can see for accepting this duel, one, is some sort of pride. We are stubborn, and I think our ambition would be, you know, we don't want to give it up, but we will lose this. I think I want to leave this one to double down. If you're in chat here, maybe we'll put a poll up. We'll put a poll whether we should duel or not. I don't want this to be on me. All right. Bam, we got a poll up. Should we fight? I kept it nice and simple. Yes, no. Those are our options. Choose violence. Always why do we want a violence? Why do we want a violence? We're going to lose. I have not won a single fight yet. I feel that this is going to undermine our rule, right? So we've just become king. We are a brand new king. We're breaking in our throne, and one of our vassals comes and challenges us, right? So this is like week 1. Week 1 of our new rule. Someone's going to come, not only challenge us, but probably kick our butt and take one of our relics. It's just like real democracy. Scarlet, I'm trying to replicate the real world as best I can. I think that keeps things nice and fair. We are, in fact, you know, viewers united. If you let this one get away with it, all the other vassals will start getting fresh with you. But do I just not bother dignifying it? It's just no. Like you're not dueling me. But just as a quick review here, so we don't have a lot of cash. We do now have a fancy court, and our player heir is Prince King of Flavortonia. They are young and betrothed. I think they're my only son. So I do have 2 daughters. So as of right now, it would be wonderful if we could stop having children. Because I think everything's going to be going to Prince King here. Which works out just wonderfully. And I'll take a quick peek at our innovations. Yeah, I think we're now on our early medieval options, which is good. I think I made 5 minutes is maybe a little bit too long. And it looks like it is coming overwhelmingly yes with about 30 seconds to go. Biscuit, hope you had a good day today. And it looks like we might be embarrassing ourselves. King Robster Craw, embarrass yourself in front of your wife. I hope you're okay with that. She's a better fighter than you. Maybe we can like put her in. There it is. There it is. Should we fight? The answer, it is a clear yes. So we've had a vote. And it looks like you sadists have voted that we shall meet Count Teobaldo, our nemesis, in single combat over one of our relics. They more than double our prowess. So I don't think this is going to go our way, but this is up to you. Maybe can I just throw him in jail first? Can't. That would have made it a lot easier if I could just toss him in jail. All right, well, you are all going to get what you want. We have accepted single combat Count Teobaldo. Count Teobaldo and I stalk around each other, each weighing our options. He hefts a fearsome sword while I grip my own spear tightly. The deadly weapon feels cool and weighty in my grasp. This fight may only be to first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. You're insane, Anthro. Double down, you son of a gun. Yeah, this is your character. You've named this, so I feel you've got some ownership over this. Maybe if I wait, he'll trip on his sword. I don't think he's going to trip on his sword. He looks grumpy, though. He might just die. You are a disgrace to the Wealth Mountier's name. I do like that. You think you can beat someone as famous as me? That will stress him out. I've never gone the stress route, but we can give him 40 stress. If we stress him like 3 or 4 rounds, that could trigger him to stress out, to have like a stress break. I don't know what that does in combat. You're supposed to keep precious Robster Cross safe and sound. I thought I was supposed to keep your helmet. Major Joey. Actually, you know what? A helmet would be really handy right now. You're not wrong. I think I want to go for the stress because we're not going to beat him in combat. Like he's going to out-combat us. So if we can trip him up another way, we're gonna go this route. Some vicious mockery, exactly. My words cut deep into Teobaldo's ego. Everyone knows of my fame and prestige, and his reputation pales by comparison. You are a disgrace to the Wealth Mountier's name, screams my opponent, whirling his sword furiously at, around, and near me. My form is decent, with some lapses and Teobaldo's stance is failing. I have yet to open up my opponent's guard at all, and see no way yet to claim victory. So you are a disgrace yet again. Although at this point it doesn't give... There's a high increase our chance of success, but also very high increase our injury. Let's see how you like skulking. You gain... Your character has incurred a certain amount of dual edge malice. -2 prowess. That... Oh, so does he, though. This is getting deep. Test silver is such a good move. Oh, taste. Taste silver, knave. You hurl a heavy silver purse at Teobaldo's face. I lose. It's pocket sand with gold. I can pocket sand him. That's hilarious. How could I not? I have to. Taste silver, knave. There's no way we're going to win this. Snatching a heavy purse of monies from my waist, I lob it at Teobaldo. It hits him right in the face, giving me a brief opening for a thrusting jab with my spear. Unexpectedly, Teobaldo manages to swing a vicious kick for my shin, momentarily hobbling me. My form is good, with only small errors, and Teobaldo's stance is failing. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. If you die because of pocket sand, I'm not going to die because of pocket sand. Stop. I don't know you. This is my purse. So, I see that third option is looking mighty good again. Let's see how you like skulking. Okay. He'll never see this coming, which is a surprise attack. Or you think you can beat someone as famous as me. Oh. So, this one we are going to give him another 40 stress, but we also give him a -2 prowess from here on out. I think we have to go for the... We're going to keep taunting him, because the taunt, I think, works. Until, you know, next round he cuts us. So we're going to go for that. We'll give him another 40 stress, and he is going to get -2 on his prowess. My words cut deep into Teobaldo's ego. All right, so we've gone through that again. My form is good. Only small errors. His stance is a disaster. Okay. You are a disgrace again. I can toss that out. You'll never see this coming. To the floor with you. Unstable foundations. You kick Teobaldo in the shin. You attack from unexpected angle. Ooh. Do I take the he'll never see this coming? We go for the attack. Or enthusiastic onslaught. You charge in, swinging wildly. I don't like the idea of that. I'm kind of on the he'll never see this coming or to the floor. If your base prowess is higher, my base prowess is not. So he's at a 12. But he's taken 2 -2s from this fight. And I'm at a 7. So he definitely has us beat on the prowess front. More pocket sand. We don't have pocket sand as an option anymore. I usually go for the high likelihood and pray the medic heals me up. This isn't to the death, luckily, but it is for one of our relics. Yeah, we yeah, we might be out of luck. I can keep playing it safe. I think he'll never see this coming. This kind of has the best odds. Like, that's low. This is like a 60% chance of kind of breaking even for us, even or better. How do people ever deal with major stress breaks before the invention of Netflix and ice cream? Biscuit, I think that's why people only live to be 30 at the time. He's like, yeah, this is it. Drinking or hiding in a tower. I mean... we're halfway there. All right, so I'm going to go for the surprise attack. We've been taunting him this whole time. I think it's time that we do let loose on him. The fight is a max of 5 rounds. Oh crap. Well, we might be losing then. I don't think I knew that. I was hoping to stress him out. Oh, we won! We heckin' won! I have never won a combat before. Holy heck. In combat, surprise often wins out, and that holds true here. Teobaldo tries to change the arc of his next swing mid-blow, clearly hoping to take me by surprise, but I'm able to get in a solid parry that sends him reeling. Rather than following up with a riposte, I drive my knee into Teobaldo's belly, doubling him over as the air is forced from his lungs. This presents me with the back of my foe's head, and I couple my gut shot with a vicious elbow to the back of the head. Teobaldo crumples into the rocks. I'm almost surprised he's able to choke out a yield without vomiting. Heck yeah, my friends. We heckin' did it. That was for our very first combat victory. I didn't think that was going to happen, so thank you all very much. Taku Tyler, dropping some more biddies. Warrior of the Ages. Holy heck. No, Robster Craw has definitely, he won our independence. He formed the Kingdom of Burgundy. He is going to go down in our, in the annals of history for Burgundy, I think. And now, the knave of Count Teobaldo, who slept with our ex-wife, you know, he's been a thorn in our side for all these years, and we've embarrassed him in front of everyone. He gains the trait Wounded. Good. Good. Unfortunately, we don't actually win anything because he had a claim on one of our he had a claim on one of our, what do you call these things? Artifacts. That's the word. And we were just kind of fighting him off. Oof. We don't have a crown yet. We need a crown. We've got a little bit of regalia. We've got some armor. We don't have a weapon artifact. We do have some trinkets, but I think we're using them all. So we should maybe start making some artifacts as well. But that was awesome. That's how you start things off. You can see what claim he had now that he lost. Oh, because he'll lose the claim. All right, Teobaldo. Where did I was just there. Oh, I click it on his artifacts. Like, where did I just see his claims? I was just looking at him. He does still have all 3 claims, so he didn't lose the claim. He just didn't win the item. Val, welcome in. How are you doing today? So we do have a little bit of low control. Let's go get that taken care of. We do have a couple more options as well. Control, you are working on development, relations, finding secrets. Okay, everything is as it should be. We can demand payments. We'll get 50 gold from the princess from East France. And we can get Vittorio. You only have 1 gold. I'll wait till you've got more money. Okay. Okay. There we heckin' go. So, as far as our vassals go, Count Gulheim, he's one of our newer vassals. He doesn't much care for us. I think we might work to sway. Can I sway? Oh, I'm already swaying him. Okay, good, good, good. I think they're pretty much the only vassal that doesn't really like us aside from our one Prince Bishop. Oh, unpause. That's the thing? There we go. Oh, it was on the necklace, the rock crystal brass necklace. Who knew I had to who knew that I had to unpause there? That's not something I do. We are building one of the other things we got was a free Bishopric, which I think is this here. We got that in our court in meeting with some vassals. So we have our city. And I think we're going to build another castle holding here once we've got a little bit of gold. It was already swaying, likely. Scarlet, thank you very much for that. So we've got a faction. That faction has been... So what is our goal? So right now we only have 1 heir. One of the things I'm thinking, if we ever have 2 heirs, is that we can definitely wage kingdom level wars. That way I can give, that second kingdom title off to another, to one of my other children. And thank you very much for that follow. But for right now, I think I really want to... Yeah, we're going to start building up. Oh, no. Oh. Last time this popped up, it was our son. Holy heck. Bomil, the betrothed of my daughter, Jadwiga, has passed away. So this was always the plan. We married him for an alliance. That's why she's only 1 year old. So he died like 1 year after we won our independence. So that works out just fine. It's fine. We are going to get our spy master to keep looking for secrets over in Aquitaine here, just because that's how we make all of our money. What insular faith? Insular faith. Oh, I don't know if I want that. I like the Christian faith well enough, don't I? Paying homage. My vassal, the mayor, Valentina, has arrived outside my castle with a grand procession of well-dressed diplomats, knights, and exotic entertainers. The fellowship resembles a parade led by Valentina herself. In a booming voice, Valentina announces that she is here to pay homage, that she has come bearing gifts of gold. Such generosity is hard to find in a subject. Valentina's loyalty is truly something to treasure. All right, then. All right. I like this. Please enter. Deposit the gold on your left. Why, surely you have more to give. I don't need that. Don't think I need to push that. And I don't necessarily want friendship. I do want gold. So we will take the gold. We will swap respectful opinion. And I will keep taking payments. Well, I like that I can also lawfully imprison the mayor, who just gave me a whole bunch of gold. But what we do want to do is we want to continue improving all of our territories. Savoy. I think we'll stick mostly. We'll always make sure that our capital, Savoy here, is the most up to date. I think, just because that's the one that we'll probably never lose. But like I said, if we have another son, where inheritance might become an issue, at that point we can maybe look at, like, you know, conquering another kingdom and kind of passing that off to them. So I think that's kind of what we need to focus on right now, because even though we're a little bit smaller, I mean, our troop levels minus allies, our royal court is level 4, are still rivaling that of some of our neighbors here. So I think we can build up to be fairly powerful, even if we don't have a lot of territory. Should make a new religion called Anthronism. The followers are Anthrolix. I mean, we did make cannibals last time. Unfortunately, we never got to become cannibals ourselves, but maybe one day. So we found some lovers. Oh, yeah. So our main money-making oh, what I should do, though, speaking of religion, I should go on a pilgrimage. Don't let me forget that. Maybe we'll save up for that, because we are still young enough to do that. Greetings, my implacable liege. I'd like to petition you and your wisdom to consider my claim for the Duchy of Upper Lorraine. It is the right of Duchess Ida should sit safely as a usurper in her castle, mocking my dynasty's birthright. Please, my lord, support my lord. Oh, what is going on here? Yeah, I think someone was saying if I find a cannibal, like if I find a cannibal secret, if I invite them to a feast, then they can become a cannibal. Is that correct? Okay, hold on. You want me to go into another country and fight? I mean, come on. We literally just fought a war against them. They're the one people next door to me that have like a bigger army than I do. Scarlet, thank you. You have cannibalism in your ritual. You should be able to just have a cannibal feast. See, we never got that. When we changed our religion last time, it wasn't an option, even though we had cannibalism as one of our tenets, which is a little bit frustrating. Scrape the barrel. Order mass eviction. Send your guests packing. It's no secret that we lack spare room here at the court in Mountiers. Oh, is this oh no, crap, my wife's pregnant again. Exclamation point join. Oh. Oh, we had it as a tenant. One of our tenants was cannibalism. Yeah, so we didn't actually have an option to do it. Holy heck. Thank you very much for that follow. So we cannot house them. I don't want to kick anyone out. So why do we have this order mass eviction? So if I go to our court here, are we lacking, like I bumped the lodgings to small, but is there like a penalty? Oh, there it is. No, that's Court Granger. Is there like, we have this many guests and we can only house so many guests? Is that like a stat? I'm looking here. My courtiers. Like there's no... That's kind of a weird option, isn't it? And there's our ex-wife. She's going to stay there. Well, if we have an option to reform our religion this time, although I don't mind, I'm kind of excited to join in on a crusade here. Last time we were the ones that were getting crusaded upon. Here we go. We're going to just keep finding some secrets. And we're going to keep... We have a large list of blackmail here. Are you our No, you're not our archbishop, so that's okay. Blackmail refused. Okay. Then I'll reveal your secret. That's what happens. Now this lady's in prison because of you. We're not in Lothringia anymore, so... Doesn't matter to me. There we go. Oh, it's an execution method, not a decision. Oh. Oh. I don't think I've ever... Oh, I was going to say, I don't think I've ever executed someone. We have definitely executed people. I'll take your 50 gold. And we'll wait till they fill their coffers a little bit more before coming for their gold. Adultery is shunned but not a crime for men in Catholicism. 100%. The whole... Like, he gets exposed as, like, having an affair, and then she gets locked up in prison, and she's just, like, a nobody, and he's a priest. I mean, come on. I think we're finding too many secrets too quickly here. Where do we have... We'll find some secrets down here. We'll start spreading out a little bit. I prefer gender equality in CK3. By that I mean, it's all... Well, that's what I did enjoy moving, like, the gender equality last time. And I mean, like, it just makes sense. You can fill your... Like, you have so many more options for who to put on your council. Like, you're just in a much better position. Crap. We've had a son. We've had a son, folks. That means exclamation point join if you would like this child to be named after you, or if you'd like to give them a name. When adults commit crimes. When kids just exist. Taco Tyler, I'm a little upset how much that sums it up. Gender equality and inheritance is terrible. Yes. So, well, and that was the thing with our last playthrough. When we had all of Europe, it kind of didn't matter. Like, I wasn't going to be able to control that anyway. So if we have 15 kids, it doesn't matter. Like, we were kind of unstoppable at that point. Yeah. All right. We're going to pull a name for this child. Who do we have here? This son of ours shall be. Congratulations, Fowl. We have Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson, welcome to the world, you handsome son of a gun. This has just complicated things. It is definitely probably rigged. So we're 37 years old. We now have 2 sons. Our succession. So we're going to lose 3 titles, which isn't terrible. To Confederate partition. So I don't mind that too much, but I think one of the things that's kind of grumpy making, I think our Prince King of Flavortonia, he was gearing up to have a decent stewardship, although maybe not now. He's doing far better in the Marshal. So he might end up with more titles than he can kind of manage. So this actually might not be the worst. Arsenio Hall. Double down. That's a solid callback for, you know, anyone born before the year of 1990, I guess. Rutu 23, welcome in. How are you doing today? So you would need to convert to equal faith, reform your culture, and convert back. That's too much for me. Milosh, what do you take me for? Someone who knows how to play this game? I mean, come on. We had previously given up one of our sons to the Holy Order. And maybe we can ask him to take vows. Or ask him to join a Holy Order. If we give him a martial education, we might be able to ask him to join a Holy Order. So let's do that right now. Martial education. Mr. Anderson. Let's find someone who is maybe some great martial... oh, this is the good Teobaldo. We have a really bad Teobaldo and a really good Teobaldo. And I know it's been explained to me a million times, but if I want this child to have a martial education, am I better giving him someone with a really high martial, or am I still better giving someone with a high learning? Because like we've got a skilled tactician, you know, 22 martial, but only an 8 learning. Or we have someone with a 27 learning, but only a 5 martial. So are we saying Teobaldo here? Because if that 27 is equal to 13.5 martial equivalent, that's what I'm hearing. All right. And I mean, the whole point of this, because I only half care, is if he gets a martial education, then I can potentially pawn him off and join a Holy Order. That way, we don't have to split up our inheritance. That's what we're going for here. Our counselor died. Natural causes, they say. We have a new archbishop. We have a better archbishop. So again, that works well enough for me. And a commoner of French heritage has been accosted in the streets of Moutiers over some minor offense. We do have a fairly big French population still. Oh, and this is the person I'm trying to sway as well. I will spend the prestige and gain the opinion. Or potentially spend the prestige. Natural causes. We are also going to... We're going to go on a pilgrimage because we have got gold right now before I spend it all. Yeah, so we're going to go on a pilgrimage. Catholic pilgrimage. It's time for us to set out on a journey. So we can go to Jerusalem, which will be all of our gold. But I think, like, again, if King Robstercraw is going to be like the archetype for our kingdom going forward, which I think we want. I think we have to. Like, let's go big. Let's go to Jerusalem. We'll be in the negative for like a day or two here. Because again, like Robstercraw, he's going to do it all. I think this is the way to go. I just hope that we don't actually need gold on this. Otherwise, we might be in a little bit of trouble. As I prepare for my journey, I know that I will travel safely under the protection of God. My destination lies far from home. but in service to heaven, even my own realm must wait. It is time to depart. So, pilgrimage, Adam's innocence. As my party prepares to break camp, I notice a massive commotion nearby. A naked man has climbed on top of a large rock and is preaching to an assembled crowd. The original sin still stains our souls, my friends, but that needs not be so. If we shed our garbs, we can recover lost innocence of Adam and Eve, and then only then will the Holy Spirit see fit to touch us and show us God's true love. That is a lot of words. He has the right idea. Hey, do we want to convert to atomism? It is a hostile Christian faith. I don't know that we necessarily want to do that. Let's avoid that then. Heretic. Get him down from there. I could challenge him to a theological debate, which I would lose. I'm going to go all in on our faith. I think this is maybe a turning point for King Robstercraw. I have to think that through all the rough times for King Robstercraw, he has seen his life in the last few years upturned, after the death and drowning of his son, after his wife's infidelity. All of a sudden, everything is coming to him. He has won his freedom. He has formed his own kingdom. He is now his own king. I think he maybe sees his life as, he faced all the challenges that God set before him. He is overcome, and now, he's ready to kind of pledge himself. So I think we're going to go all in on calling him a heretic. We're going to get him down if we're going to RP this here. We have some more construction that's completed. Once we have some more gold, we're going to go fairly heavy on construction, I think. Pilgrimage lost? I could have sworn this was supposed to be the path onwards. None of my companions or I have managed to find our way back to the pilgrimage route. Are we even looking at the right stars at night? Uh-oh. It feels as if we've been wasting weeks. Well, all those words about saying that we're on the right path. We must find a guide, no matter the cost. Ooh. I swear it's just a little further. Ooh. I think, given our stubborn nature, even though this could end very poorly for us, but I think if we're going to continue along the path we just kind of laid out before us, I feel that we really need to get lost. Like, we're stubborn. We're not going to ask for directions. And if anything, this is just another test from God. That, and I can't actually afford it. So I think we will get lost and hope that it doesn't end in our death. Pilgrimage. The arrival, we did make it. Holy heck. I'm finally here. Body and soul at the great church of Jerusalem. As the bishop offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for God to bring me here at this moment in time. I have walked the holy path. I gained the pilgrim trait because my faith all armed pilgrim's tenant. I get a determined pilgrim for 10 years as well. Heck yeah. There we go. Boss of pilgrims here. We haven't asked the Pope for any money as of late. Pope buddy, do you not want to give us gold? I'll ask for gold. I'm not above it. My journey has been a long one, but I finally come home again. While much remains the same, some things have changed in how the priests and bishops treat me. I have undergone the journey of a holy man, and they insist it has changed something about me, whether I can see it myself or not. It is good. It is good to be home. I have considered your plight and decided to grant your request. May these funds. Wonderful. So, we've got gold. And while I do want to... Should we bump in another man-at-arms regiment? Or spend this on our realm? Because we're kind of maxed out on men-at-arms right now. I feel we should probably get some more. I don't know if we want to go like lean in on the pikemen. And again, we'll just try and stick in the hills when we're fighting. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy 1 regiment of them, and then we're going to go ahead. If you're on a pilgrimage and your wife got no. My wife was pregnant long before I left. But Fal, I see what you're trying to do. Don't think I don't see what you're trying to do there. Ooh. Ooh. Do we wait to build another castle holding? 76 gold. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I shouldn't have spent that. Bump it after getting Fearful Troop perk. Oh, shoot, yeah. Milosh. Fearful Troop perk. Sus wife is sus. My wife isn't sus. My wife is a beautiful flower. And she would never... What is this? In-game, yeah, of course. Someone is plotting to kill my guest. That's fine. We are still looking for secrets, though, right? Do we have any more blackmail? We do. Do we want to spread lover or incestuous? Or both? This is fine. Yeah, we'll get a couple more of these spread. That should give us the gold we need. Oh, mana pie. Oh no. Blackmail refused. Okay. I will expose your secret. These are people in courts so far flung from me, I genuinely don't care what happens to them. All I care is that we potentially get some gold. There we go. There's 50 gold. And that should get us a new castle holding. All right, our hamlets are done. Now my wife is pregnant again. For the record. Fearful troops. Oh, then we can just start executing folk. The only thing I'm thinking... Do I want the building time? I'm going to take the building time since we're building a castle right now. But then I'm going to get fearful troops. Weren't you just on a walkabout? We got back. That was months ago. We probably had like a celebratory, hey, welcome back, as you do. I'm learning all sorts of secrets. You'd think I'd know where to go to get to these blackmail secrets, but I keep forgetting. Lover, non-believer. They might reject that non-believer. That's okay. Yeah, blackmail refused. That's okay. I feel like we are becoming a little bit gossipy. But, you know. I am going to get a little upset if we have another son, though. That's going to get a little... That might become a little bit much. And what's our development like? We're up to 13 development. Lively livestock. That's a bonus to development. Ooh. Do we want the 100 gold just to dump right back into a building, or do we want the 10% development growth? I'm going to take the gold. Again, I just want to... Do we have any more places that will give us some taxes? We went really hard. I feel bad, like I kind of wanted this to happen. This child was not meant to be. My wife assures me that is the way of life. We have lost our child. She is no longer pregnant. That's kind of grim. Well, I might have said that. But I didn't actually mean it. We're not supposed to. This is not supposed to happen. I will put it in jail next time, I promise. He calls gossipy? I might have called everyone gossipy. Greetings, my impressive liege. I write to inform you of a most appalling discovery I made about Prince Bishop and Anselmus. This man is engaging in unsavory and dishonorable activities behind your back. I hope that in bringing this sensitive information to your attention, it will prove my unwavering loyalty to you, my king. Duke Lanfranco, whom we did give the Duchy of Provence to. I don't want to give him a hook, because then he'll take a... Although, he's already on our council. Prince Bishop. Prince Bishop of Vivers. Vivers? I'll give him the hook. So he might... he might drop his taxes or his levies. He might ask for council rights. I'm kind of okay with all of that. So if he does ask for one of those, I think that's a fair... Is it a fair trade? Yeah, I'll give it. I think that's fair. Count Ricardo? Look at this guy. He's got a badass mask. I've discovered that Count Gulaim inherited contract obliges him to more than you have collected. What? Duke Lanfranco is just like coming to me with all this dirt. Oh, this is the count that we've been trying to sway for a long time. And now we're just going to bump up his taxes. Also, look at that intrigue. Maybe I shouldn't bump his taxes. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm going to take more money. And I will continue to take everyone's gold that owes me gold. Oh, you can only cap out at 15. That's fine. We'll wait a little bit longer on you. And again, we're just going to keep building when we have the option to. But again, we're going to prioritize things that'll get us some tax money right now. Although there's not much that's going to give us more taxes. It's all forts and towers because we went pretty heavy on defensive structures. That's okay. I lost XCOM 2 again. No! You meant Star Fox. Is that like a straight up restart, or are you able to kind of go back and replay the mission? How did that happen? Oh no! My counselor, Tegwin. Tegwin, we married in. Tegwin, we needed someone to fill a spot here. We married off to find them. So I think our stewardship spot is definitely hurting a little bit. What we can do... We do now have an option. Scrape the barrel. We recruit a lowborn to fill a random court position. My royal court is bereft of skilled individuals to fill the many court positions. My household lacks the grandeur it deserves, but perhaps there's a solution. Do I have to take it? It's just start the search, right? So is this like if I'm searching for a doctor, I'll be given options? We'll start the search. We'll see if we have anyone with good options here. My sweep through Mountiers has dragged Odorado to see me. What I see before me is a peasant of most unusual appearance staring at me with shock and awe, as if I were God himself. Clearly the condition of his birth has caused him undue pain. Okay, okay. Despite his affliction, he has been brought to my attention that he's a skilled diplomat. Oh, I don't need a diplomat. No, sorry, bud. So I can set him up as an executioner. We don't have an executioner. Dreadgain. Can publicly execute prisoners. I think we're well loved. We don't have a lot of prisoners, and I don't think we're going to be going to war, so I don't necessarily need... I'd play Iron Man if I could be bothered. Also, I didn't play God characters. Yeah, that's fair. I can bother you. Let's fetch someone else. We're not that desperate yet. I mean, it's kind of mean, but all the same. Oof. Oh, wait. I didn't kill him, did I? He just disappeared without a trace. Did we just... disappeared without a trace. Oh, man, I'm a monster. Who's this guy? They're a dull giant. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's a skilled con man making his fortune by swindling the locals of every penny they can bleed. Their cutting and sleight of hand would do... Oh, my... No. No. I didn't know that this is what it was going to be. But if I say I'm not that desperate, this guy's just going to end up dead. But I don't really need an executioner. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Sorry. I didn't know. Okay, we're going to go through our court. Let's just check our vassals to see if anyone is... Oh, Lanfranco. Lanfranco, can I marry you off to anyone? You don't want to get married. You won't let me... You won't let me marry you. You get to make your own marriage choices, I guess. Who do we have in our court here? All right, so we have a couple options for folks that are in our court. It's our daughter, our court physician. Courtier. And Mafalda. Mafalda, our courtier. Let's see if we can't find a decent... Ooh, an intelligent... Radislav. There we go. We can get some intelligent traits in here. That might not be the worst thing. Radislav, 21 stewardship. Matrilineal, so he comes here. He's 30. Oh, you're much younger. Oh, will he come to court right away? Or because it's just a betrothal, will it take a while? Yeah, we're going to send our... Sorry, we married off. We got Radislav here. Duke Lanfranco here. We have the option for bestow royal favor, which I've never done before. But it can increase... vassal opinion increases by 8 to 100. So we're going to go send them to go convince Count Guillem of Lyon to be friends with us. I think that's a good use of their time. Also, he was swayed, so we're pretty close to convincing him. Okay. Now it's back to... Who can we war? East Francia. Over a county. I don't want to do that. Better best efforts. You don't have anything. That's okay. If you don't have anything, we'll stop looking and I'll just reposition where you're working. I should take a look at our council spots as well. And see... what additional spots that we have to give up. Uh-oh, what is this? To the court. To the court, everyone. We have a court issue to attend to. My mayor, Giuseppe. What do we have here? I think I've found the reason why some days are more rat-free than others. My vassal, Mayor Giuseppe, happily declares as she moves aside to reveal a servant holding a very displeased cat. It wriggles in an attempt to free itself from the scratched-up arms of the servant, meowing in a rather endearing fashion. I'd say this is one successful rat hunter. In fact, it was in the middle of a wrestling match with a rat when we found it. What do you say? Should we adopt this cat? Hey, Artsy, thanks for popping in. You go get yourself a good sleep. Have yourself a wonderful night. Have yourself a wonderful one. So we have the option to adopt a kitten. I'd love a female companion, pet cat. Excellent. Why don't you take the cat since you were the one who found it? So the mayor gets the cat and gains some opinion of me. She likes me well enough. Can't you train one of the dogs to hunt rats? That's not how this works. I mean, obviously I want a pet cat. We now have a pet cat. Which I think if it's anything like a dog, I should be able to pet it every once in a while. Oh, I can't actually. Oh, I am going to extort subjects, though. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more gold here. The cat. Here we go. As the cat rests in my lap, constantly purring, I pondered what we should name her. Something historical, something alluding to her white fur, something to describe the soothing feeling I experience when I scratch her behind the ear. Oh, I know. I will name her. Ooh. Let's go ahead and we're going to pull another name for our cat. Just keep in mind, I will not name this after any of my existing pets because that never ends well. Yeah, we're going to pull a name for our cat. It is going to be He-Man, Star Fox. He-Man, Star Fox. What would you like to name this cat, or would you like a kitten named after you? A little rat hunter. Otherwise, we are going to have a He-Man, Star Fox. Sweet Pea, little rotten. Oh, Danielson, yes, cat, of course. I would just say the reason I don't name any animals after our animals is just in case anything terrible happens to them. But I don't know if that happens as frequently in this. Danielson, the yes cat. What a great name. Extort subjects. Peasants. The peasants of Asota seem to be doing better than one might expect from the taxes I have collected there. An extra contribution to my treasury should do no harm. Oh, they will complain. But is it not what peasants always do? They will live through this, I am sure of it. The control dropped by 100? County extorted. Oh. These are bad. So far I've done the extort subjects twice and I don't like it. Maybe because I'm not playing as a bad guy. But like that's a big penalty for 10 years. Popular opinion? I can't do that. Not a fan of the dog ran off or the other things. Yeah. Yeah, that one's it's rough, but compared to what happens in RimWorld. And my wife is pregnant again. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to take a quick peek just to see if we have any other blackmail subjects. Oh, the Archbishop is a non-believer? My spy master can be the grave news. My cousin is plotting against my guest. That's okay. Ooh, the bishop did not like that I found out his secret that he's a non-believer. I mean, that's one that gets him thrown in jail. Not me. I'll take that 50 gold, though. I will 100% take that 50 gold. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. He's going to drop his taxes. And I have to assume, like, everyone else looks to be improving their realms quite a bit, which is good. We found some incest. Yep, most of these territories, they're building them up. Oh, this one's not so much. Create a cadet branch. You son of a gun. The development over here isn't so good. But in our home county, it's not too bad. All right, our homesteads are complete. Geneva. Just trying to see what else we can build here. So we can have a temple holding, and then we can put another castle. Oh, beautiful. That's exactly, the bestow royal favor just worked in our favor. So that worked out really well. Sorry, I'm seeing what options I have. And until that second castle is built, I am going to just go through the motions, I think, here. Lots of crying, lots of crying. For better or for worse, we have another son. This is, our inheritance is very quickly getting away from us, I think. Then you're done for. All right, I'm going to pull another name. This child, our third son, is going to be Little Baby Wizard. Little Baby Wizard. Wizard, congratulations. You are a beautiful child. We are going to try to give you away as well. Can I have 2 children? I'll make a... Will learning give him more, like, a piety? Perhaps, like, a better chance that he'll want to join? We'll go for that. I want to give him to the church. Okay, we got 14 development. I think our development's lagging a little bit behind elsewhere. So maybe after the next development tick, we'll switch that. Again, we don't have a ton of development. And we actually need to convert the culture here because they're French. So maybe we'll actually swap over to that. Maybe we'll look to convert culture. I will bump up our pikeman one. We're going to go do a little bit more blackmail. It's getting tricky finding where all the blackmail is. Blackmail refused. Hold up. Duke Gauthier. Kingdom of Aquitaine. You're okay with me spreading the fact that you have an incestuous relationship. And you're not in my court. We'll go ahead and do that. He can be shunned by his king now, which is good. All right, well, good job there, bud. You could have just paid me off a little bit of money, but instead... Oh, I should get a tutor, right? For my children? Let's get as many of these. You did? Okay, excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Danielson the Yes Cat, rodent killer. As Danielson the Yes Cat approaches me with yet another dead rat, I can do nothing but praise her. The castle has been free of rodents, has never been free of rodents before. Keep up the good work. We are rat-free. We get a nice health boost because of Danielson. That one might backfire on us as well. That was only 74%. Nope, they took the bait. Which is excellent. I will pet Danielson. Time to take a deep breath and find my trusted four-legged companion, Danielson the S-Cat. Some people say cats are evil and selfish creatures, but no matter how tough life gets, I know she will always be there for me. We're going to pet our cat. Rat-free, just like Alberta. Good old Rat Beth. I mean, Danielson. I find Danielson the yes cat outside, strutting around the yard. As soon as she spots me, she meows and saunters over, rubbing up against my leg. I spend many minutes crouched by her side, petting her and scratching her under the chin. And when I stand back up, I feel lighter than I have in a long time. Thank you, my friend. See you later, 15 stress. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we can hold court again. We have a new perk to take. I want that. We switched off development growth. We'll take the troops. Oh, amazing. Our second castle is done. And I think because we already have the one castle, where we've got some, like our levying grounds and all that, we might go full on like pastoral lands and quarries for this one for taxes. So we'll take the quarries. We'll get that cooking. New acquisitions. Oh, I should also start working on getting another relic. We haven't done any relic work yet. During the daily management of my realm, I've learned of several different opportunities I can pursue. Each opportunity has great potential, but realistically, I can only pursue one of them. I must determine what would ultimately give me the most value. Count Paolo of Nice. I've heard rumors of a lost tomb rediscovered. Ooh, speaking of artifacts, Count Paolo could use help managing his holdings. Get a hook. Securing those trade deals will fill my... 200 gold. Do we take straight up 200 gold or a less than 70% chance of getting a cool artifact? Am I able to... I don't know if this counts. If I switch my wife over to patronage... Oh, it does. I never even thought about that. Why haven't I been doing these for any of these challenges? I mean, it's still barely over 70%. But I could just pop my wife to whatever I need her to be. I'm going for the book. I think we have to take the chance on it. I've heard rumors of a lost tomb rediscovered. Oh, and it didn't work. And it failed. Back to court politics. Help us with our diplomacy. Boo earns. I mean, still, 5% stewardship. I think we had an extra spot anyways, so it's better than nothing. I do want to get a weapon, though. So maybe what we'll do... I think we have a couple people to blackmail here. Maybe we'll look at getting a weapon crafted. Oh yeah, actually, we're going to have a decent amount of cash. The golden obligations is so broken. There we go. Oh, also, we can ask our head of faith for gold. 300 gold. And our daughter needs a guardian. I'll use our court physician. Okay, that's all settled. Let's commission an artifact. And I'm going to take a quick peek just to see our antiquarian. Who do you have as our antiquarian? Slavomira. She's average. We could put someone good. Yeah, we're gonna swap the appointment. Can you commission artifacts for the throne? Yes, Biscuit. That is exactly... Well, I don't know if we pick. I mean, I'm going to do it. We'll find out together, I guess. Commission artifact. What is the point of being king if I don't have nice things to show for it? A new sword would be nice. Maybe a brooch. Going to cost at least 100 gold. Asked and answered. Here we go. We get to choose the type of artifact. Weapon, armor, crown, regalia, wall-hanging furniture, or a book. Ooh, cool, 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 cool. We've got the loincloth of Jesus already. I want a weapon. I think to kind of commemorate that duel that we won, we deserve our own weapon. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair reason. We probably think about that every night when we go to sleep. Remember when we beat that fiend Teobaldo down with our pocket sand? Viviana furrows her brow before bowing deeply. It's both an honor and a privilege to forge you a weapon. She speaks in a dignified way, but there's a glimmer of excitement in her eyes that betrays her serious demeanor. Tell me, what's your preferred way of fighting with a weapon? I wish to forge something that would suit you best. I won by cheating. Look, Duneflint, we call it creative sword fighting. Also, we had a spear. Yeah, none of this sounds good. I don't see fidget spinners on that list. I knew they had no stain. Oh, they're going to make a comeback. Just you wait. Something that I can both slash and pierce flesh. Either a dagger or a sword. I want a weapon that makes full use of my strength. We can get an axe, a hammer, or a mace. Prefer to keep my enemies at a distance. A spear. I trust your judgment. So, we won our battle while wielding a spear. So I think if we're going to kind of keep that role play alive, we have to go with the spear. So yeah, we'll go with the spear. We'll see how this turns out also. So we can hold court as well. I might save this until after we're done this weapon. And the Pope is going to give us some money. Never mind, the Pope just gave us a crap ton of money. I'd be delighted if your daughter, Algorza, would come to my court in Bern. Oh, of course. Of course. You want your little sister to come hang out? Of course. Please do. Inspiration, a vassal to remember. Count Amory and Prince King of Flavortonia are among the most powerful vassals of my realm. I never know how to keep them happy, so they don't go around stirring up trouble. Perhaps flattery is the way to go. Anyone would be pleased to have something made in their name, wouldn't they? They have just the right thing in the making. So we can dedicate our weapon to Count Amory, or my son, or to myself. I mean, flattery or murder, or a little bit of both. Dedications are overrated. Ooh. So, I don't think I'm going to try and flatter either of them. I do like the idea, because this is kind of in honor of like the formation of the kingdom and all that. It would be nice to have it to ourselves, but we have found ourselves to be, even more pious, since you know what? No, I think we can be a little bit braggadocious. We're ambitious, and I think to honor ourselves, to honor the founding of our kingdom, I think we're going to dedicate to ourselves. A very humble dedication, of course. And with all this gold, I might toss a couple more upgrades around. I'll still keep a little bit just in case we need it. Oh, I could have used that to build like another city. Oh well. Well, before we use a spy master, oh, this is still in another port. We learn of Duke Lop's murder secret. Well, Duke Lop, our child has been returned. Would you like everyone to know of your lover's secret? Or would you like us to keep that to ourselves? Poor rhetoric. Oh, what was that? What was that noise? That's a noise I've not heard before. Oh, inspirations. What is this? You can now fund your first inspiration. An inspiration is the desire of a character to realize an artifact. Inspired characters come and go from the most prestigious royal courts of the world. When one stops at your court, you are notified and invited to sponsor the character's project. By paying a varying amount of gold, you can secure this character's services and, after some time, an artifact. I feel like this came moments too late. Inside your royal court, you will see the inspirations currently present in your court on the left. Cool, cool, cool. Here you can see the inspired character and what they intend to make, how good their skill, if you can afford to fund the inspiration, how much it will cost. If the inspiration is already ongoing, you can see how long it's going to make. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So we can actually get a second one going. Oh, she looks so grumpy. That's kind of badass. I understand. Zlata has the weapon inspiration. She wants to forge a magnificent weapon. She is very competent at her craft. Crap. Well, we don't want two weapons. What does very competent mean? I mean, we do have enough gold where we could take a chance. That way we at least have two chances at getting something really cool. I don't know how good 13 is where her skills top out. Oh, she's still better than our our existing. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. We only live once. It's 50 gold to start her off. There we go. Okay. I'm going to... We have the spear being dual wield. Easy dual spear. I'm going to trust her judgment. I'll leave this in her hands. She's the expert. I've given some direction to Viviana. So we'll see what Zlata can make for us if I don't do anything. And if we go double spear, that's fine. All right. We can also hold court. But again, I might just hold off. Oh, crap. This isn't good. Envious Artisan. Viviana, my weaponsmith, sits glaring over her repast at Zlata, a co-contender for my patronage. Though usually safely squirreled away pondering over her bellows, Viviana quickly spoils the mood when it comes time to dine. Tonight she finally snaps. You should drop this dead weight, my liege. Zlata doesn't know her the right end of the hammer, let alone her way around a smithy. Oh, crap. Their forearms must be massive. No kidding, eh? Your work is valuable to me. Oh, man, that is a lot of stress. Ooh. So what are our options? She gets a little bit of an opinion boost, but I'm callous, so that'll stress me the heck out. Come, what is the matter? There's a 52% chance that Viviana gains opinion and makes a slightly better quality weapon, or she loses opinion and we get a lower quality one. Or stop this foolishness. And again, it's 50-50. Oh, she could just leave my court. She just straight up bails. This is such a bad option. Do we want to take the chance? A 50% chance of slightly higher quality? And unfortunately, I already have my wife helping with diplomacy. I think I have to because I don't want to break. I don't want to stress out. All right, fingers crossed, everyone. I smooth things over. Oh, thank gosh. Okay. Whew. Whew. That could have went really, really wrong. We've got some attentive care from our wife. So we have another potential inspiration. I'm definitely not. How is it that we have a third person come by and the same time she's like, hey, I'll make a spear. Just straight up, she'll make a spear. And she's got like a really good martial, which maybe that makes for good spear making. It's not going to happen. E-Man Star Fox. I am thinking we do need to bump our court grandeur. We're at 10.7 gold again, so I could probably... Oh, it's half a gold to bump it now. So it'll be about 2 gold. It'll be about 2 gold total if we bump our grandeur. I don't know if we want... The next level, we get a little bit more gifts. It'll stay longer, more grandeur, stress relief. Decent fashion gives us more prestige. Modest food, stress loss. I should actually have a feast to drop some stress. We have a lot of stress. I don't think we need to keep... We'll go back to the domestic affairs here. Okay. I have arrived in Maltiers to pay homage to you, my glorious king. As a show of my loyalty, I hope the pledge of submission alone is evidence. I receive him in my royal court. His scraping means nothing to me. No. I mean, he's been decent. Lanfranco's been a good... He's been a good duke for us. Taking the knee, I wait patiently at my throne for the arrival of Duke Lanfranco, who was soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, offering nothing but his oath to faithfully serve as my vassal of the kingdom. At last I bid the Duke arise, confirming my satisfaction in Lanfranco's rights to the lands he rules in my stead. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Inspiration realized, my lord. My beneficiary, Vivian, approaches me with a wide grin, sweat dripping down her forehead and soot smeared across her face. I have toiled over the forge for many days and nights, but finally my work is done. She presents me with an object wrapped in cloth. As I unveil what is hidden with my eyes grow wide. A long spear of fine craftsmanship. The wrought iron head is mounted on a sturdy pine shaft. It is a weapon that is elegant as it is deadly. So we have a new weapon. Bonus of prowess +2. That would have helped us quite a bit when we were in our what's the word I'm looking for? Our duel. And our other craftsman, Zlata. Lately, my efforts to impress have fallen flat. My friendship with Courtier is still standing on shaky ground. Oh, this is an inspiration. Count Lulanos. Where are you? You're not my count. You are not my count. Why would I want this count to be my friend? Also, he's got a really good intrigue, so I don't, keep your enemies close and all that. No, thank you. I don't think I need to impress them. Uh-oh. Yeah, look, that's all good. Danielson the Yes Cat, the troublemaker. My vassal, Prince Bishop, approaches me, rage in his eyes and a cat in his hand, held by the scruff of his neck. As he thrusts the cat into my face, I see that my dear Danielson the Yes Cat, I found this little monster amongst my things. What wasn't scratched to bits was covered in piss. Sounds about right. I'll compensate you. She's just a cat. What's this bishop gonna do? -20 opinion. Do your worst. That's a really bad opinion, though. I don't need no new friends. That sounds like Danielson. I don't much care for this bishop, but I think the bishop is probably going to die soon enough, so we don't need them. All right, we can finished some more building. And we do still have... We should go to our court. Our one weapon still being made. I think we have enough gold that we could probably hold court and not have to worry too much. So let's go ahead and hold court. Or do I want to have a feast first? Oh, we have low stress. We're pretty good for stress. We'll equip our weapon. We'll equip our weapon before holding court. I think that's probably a good idea. Let's do it. Hold court the commencement. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors to the hall. Pestering people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can simply observe. Okay, we have 3 people that are going to ask for some favors. Let's check out the first one here. Merging of cultural identities. Oh, I want to take a look at our cultures. We have a ton of prestige points, and I should use some before we die. The air is thick with anticipation as my vassal, the mayor, Bonifico, approaches me. My lord, I come with grave news, but with a solution to fix this problem. It's become increasingly clear that the French and the Cisalpines are becoming more, perhaps even too similar. It's paramount that we show them that it's us, Cisalpines, who are in the forefront of innovation. Let's host a festival to celebrate the rich Cisalpine culture. We'll get some prestige. Our cultural acceptance drops a bit, and our French vassals lose a little bit of opinion. We have a boss fight as well. Arrange for an exhibit to show off our grandest accomplishments. That's a little less prestige. It's just like a lower version of that. There's no need for us to exercise superiority over other cultures. He'll merely lose opinion of us. I don't really need to anger the French. I don't want to anger the French. We have a lot of French people in our court. I'm not going to worry about that one. Lost treasure. Heck yeah, I love lost treasure. Give me all the treasures. My lord, I represent the religious community of Castellane. While rummaging through our modest archive, we have come across a very peculiar book. The cover was dusty, the bindings fragile, and the pages were yellowed by time. But it contained the most unusual drawings, and the script itself was unknown to us all. We are certain it's unique in the world, a long-lost vault of knowledge, a true treasure. That's what we offer you. Perhaps it's the original copy of The Will of God, or it's a memoir from the world's creation. Thanks, I'll add it to my collection. I gain a mysterious book. We gain some prestige. Fascinating, call from our antiquarian. So it's rare and valuable. So we can bump our antiquarian's learning. Who cares about books? So we gain a mysterious book. Do we actually get an artifact with this? 5% prestige is going to amount to not a ton. I think I would rather give my antiquarian a bonus and then just like lump sum of prestige. Yeah, we'll get the antiquarian to take a look at it. It's indeed old, but it is just a Greek Bible, so it was nothing special anyways. A thin, raggedy peasant stands before me, gawking at the opulence of my throne room. Obviously distracted, I call him to get his attention. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. My village, Valentinos, was hit by blight this year. We lost not only our crop, but our seed too. We have nothing. We shall starve without help. Glancing around my throne room, he adds, surely you have wealth to spare. Let us establish a crop sharing system with our neighboring village. Yeah, of course. If the fields are barren, you shall wield a sword. No, yeah, let's crop sharing. Let's do this. Development growth, popular opinion. Why wouldn't we? This is the way forward. All right, my business here is done. I think we handled that exquisitely. I do want to bump our grandeur a little bit here. Let's try. What's going to go? So this is bonus prestige. And this was going to be, so feasts are a little bit better, more stress loss, a little bit more grandeur. I think they're all +8 grandeur. And the lodgings. It doesn't really matter, I guess, because the grandeur is the same. I might go for the cheap ones, like lodgings and food. Because I don't want to just dump too much into this, because we're only locked for 1 year. You communist, you. I know. Sharing crops. A monster. All right, so we got some decent food, some middling lodgings. We ranked 25th in the world. I mean, 25th, but like out of how many? Out of 63. I still feel like we should probably do a little bit better. All right, let's get out of there. I can't actually... We can do a hunt. I'm going to do a hunt. I know I keep like taunting that we're going to reform our culture, but I think we probably should. Just because we can probably grab something decent. They take like 10 years, like an extra tradition, but we've got a ton of prestige, so we might as well. So we'll do that after this hunt here. We'll take a bit of a look through. I know there's probably some really good ones. I don't know what they are. I keep meaning on doing my homework and I'm failing. There's something majestic about the way the lynx gazes across the landscape. From behind the bushes, I raise my bow. I silently glance at my wife, the queen, to see her doing the same. I will bring it down. Or strike true. No, no, no. I'm not gonna hand this to her. I'll take this one down. Thank you very much. She doesn't need me to give it to her. That sounded a lot dirtier. Oh, I'm paused. I'm like, why isn't it ticking over? I think things are fairly stable around where we are as well. There, I knew this was coming. My beneficiary Zlata insists that the funds I've supplied her are not enough to create an artifact worthy of my stature. With more gold, I could create something truly magnificent. Whatever you need. Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, take more gold. I was expecting to spend 100 gold on her anyways, and she only took 50. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses and leave the mountains behind. So certain servants prepare the lynx and other game for the journey back. I have held my share of hunts. This one went really well. I gain 150 prestige. The hunt ends. And did I see we got a new trait here? We're a novice hunter. +2 prowess. Some stress loss as well. Excellent. And before I dive down the tradition tree, I'm going to just take a quick look to see who we might have to blackmail. Golds. Duke Robin, 50 golds. All right. So we have a little bit more gold. My lord! Look at that metal. I've never seen such fine quality before. My beneficiary Zlata breaks away from our market procession to accost a merchant selling the coveted item, ecstatic over her find. With this, my project would reach new heights. I could create something truly marvelous. Please, my king, bestow this gift upon me. Your project is worth investing in. 105 gold. Surely we can get it for a better price. I don't... Oh, so we can just risk getting it cheaper, but I don't think there's a downside regardless. Absolutely. Guards. Sees what she needs. No. This is good. It's a diplomacy challenge, but we'll take it. We'll see if we can bargain for a little bit better of a deal. Awesome. I think we were able to convince him to lower the price. How close are we to getting this done? Not too close. We have so many people who want to make weapons, but make something else for me. There's a million other artifacts. Get crafting something else. Yeah, so let's take a look at our cultures here. Because we have... I know we don't have the one option I was kind of hoping... Oh, you know what? They're actually a lot more expensive than I thought. I thought, oh, we've got like almost 3,000 prestige. Astute diplomat cannot attack allies, cannot attack through a truce. We don't do that anyways. Alliance negotiation. White peace is... Oh, that's not too bad. City keepers. I have to imagine now that I know some of them go up to like 7,000. Oh, because we don't have the innovation. I see. That makes sense. So some of these are locked behind technologies, essentially. Let's take a look to see what we have. We can also look at doing a hybrid culture, although right now I think France is the only culture that is kind of close enough to us. Royal Gardens as a duchy building. But I don't know what Royal Gardens do, so I don't know that I necessarily want that. Hill Dwellers. The hill farm line of buildings has additional bonuses in counties of this culture. We do have quite a bit of hills because we're in the mountains here. Marital Ceremonies. I think Milos has talked a lot about this one. Skills from spouse, counselor task plus 25%, which is solid. Bonus to marriage acceptance. Cannot use divorce. Ooh. We do. I have got divorced a few times though, so that one's kind of scary to me, not gonna lie. Metalworkers. Royal armories, line of buildings have additional bonuses. Blacksmith have additional buildings. Maintenance goes up though. So does toughness. Monastic communities. We have monks. I'm kind of skipping over the ones that we just straight up can't afford. Formation fighter experts. Men-at-arms, counter efficiency. We do have spearmen. So spearman damage, spearman toughness, archer damage, archer toughness. We have no cavalry. And we have no skirmishers. 25% being 1.25 modifier. Yes. I just worry about the divorce because we've been divorced a couple times. This formation fighters, like, I know this might not always be the case, but for us, where, we have 2 sets of pikemen, light footmen, and archers, we don't have any skirmishers. Yeah, like we have no one that can pursue, right? Because I don't think armored footmen, they have no pursuit. Pikemen have no pursuit. Bowmen have no pursuit. We're not using the horses since we're in the hills and the mountains. So I think like formation fighters might be a really good one. So I'm going to formation fighters. I think that's probably going to be a winner just for early days. Mountaineers as well. Rough terrain expert. Because again, we're in the mountains and hills. These two. I think these two are kind of the way to go. Supply limit, levy size, and oh, nice, that 10% levy size too. Because they don't have any drawbacks. I mean, this has drawbacks for skirmishers and cavalry, but we don't have those. Question, does anyone know if I start one of these, I know they take 30 years. Can I then do one of these and then like 10 years later, while we're still learning this, I can start another one, or do I have to wait all 30 years? And I don't know if there's necessarily a big difference which one I go for. I don't have to wait. So I could do one and then I could potentially do I have to wait. Ooh. So yeah, that's a big cooldown. I mean, that's a lifetime. That's fair. But that's also kind of why I want to get one going. The Industrious. I think I heard this one was broken. Gain 25 development growth when a building is constructed. Building construction time 15%. That's pretty good too. I don't know what it was before they nerfed it because I heard they nerfed it. There's a 50-year cooldown, eh? So we can get Industrious. Spouse, opinion, romance. Yeah. Monogamous, we don't need that. Regional, and we have no regional. Oh, that's tough. This is a bit of a tough one. But knowing that it's 50 years after it's established, so 80 years total. You can hybridize on Iron Man every 25 years to skip the cooldown. Yeah, I could. So do we building time plus 15%, which I think our building time is actually like the development growth would be nice, but it's only up to once a year because I find that our building time is fairly short as is. And no one is really eyeing us up right now as a target because we have a pretty strong army. But I'm wondering if I think formation fighters might be the better bet too. Maybe I'm going to go formation fighting experts. Or do I assume that we're going to be at peace and I should take Industrious? Oh man, I'm so bad at these decisions. I think going a little bit heavier on our spearmen. I think I'm going to go formation fighting. I'm going to lean on this. I think we've had, again, if we're coming up to a time of peace, we've already gone through, 100 years of fighting for our independence, of like, sharpening our pikes in battle. So I think now is the time to do this as opposed to waiting, 50 years, because if we have peace for 50 years, it doesn't make sense to, then all of a sudden become like really good formation fighters when we haven't been in a war in a while. So I'm going to take this one. It's done. Well, I mean, it's learning. All right. Also, Malgorzata is a witch. I don't think I knew that. How do I become a witch if my daughter is a witch? Also, who taught her to be a witch? That's funny. Who's your guardian? So is my antiquarian. She might be a witch. Because if she's been her guardian, that's my guess, which is kind of awesome. Burn her! But I mean, who doesn't want the witch trait? The witch trait is awesome. Also, how old is my son? Can I give him up to the Holy Order yet? He's only 5? Come on. He's got to be 10 to take vows. What about this kid? Ooh, I might have to... Oh, we're getting pretty old here. We're getting 42. I think by 50, I'm gonna cross my fingers that unless something happens, we'll live to 50. And then what we might have to do is we might have to disinherit one of our children. Because I don't necessarily like breaking all of this up. So we might disinherit. We might try and give like Prince Wizard to the church, and then we'll disinherit Mr. Anderson. Oh, she knows medicine. Definitely witch. She's teaching my daughter. My daughter's a witch. So, King Robstercraw's dagger. My lord, my beneficiary Zlata approaches me with a wide grin, sweat dripping down her forehead, and soot smeared across her face. I have toiled over the forge many days and nights, but finally my work is done. She presents me with an object wrapped in cloth. As I unveil what is hidden within, my eyes grow wide. A folding iron dagger. A masterful craftsmanship. The grip is covered in electrum helix inlay. What the heck is that? 7 prowess. Ooh. That there's a nice dagger. That is a famed weapon. We're getting pretty old. We're 42. I know. Curly. Lovely. Curly, you took off cooking some food, if I'm not mistaken. How was the grub? I'm very sorry, but we're gonna swap out that spear for the dagger. Now we can reforge this into a pedestal item, which is like the tiniest little bit of opinion. What would this be if we reforged this into a pedestal item? Oh, it's this. Oh, that's the same weapon. Hold on. We could turn the dagger into a pedestal item. Intrigue per stress level +1. Prestige per dread. Stress gain. Dread gain. Natural dread. Powerful vassal opinion. That's pretty slick. So, I mean, 7 prowess is good, but having like 12 natural dread for all of our characters is kind of handy. Some opinion bonuses. And prestige per dread. So if we have a constant 12 dread, am I mathing that correct? Like we'll just get a +1 prestige bonus. I mean more than +1. Yeah, we have a famed weapon. So the if we use it as a weapon, we get the prowess, the intrigue, personal scheme. And then basically we would carry the Sisselpine spear, which just gives us the prowess. But if we reforge this, if we reforge the dagger to sit on a pedestal, because we only have 1 pedestal item. That's kind of awesome, right? No cost to reforge it. Because the option, again, we have a really good prowess, but if we're not going to be doing a lot of fighting, yeah, this is too good. I'm going to reforge the dagger to a pedestal item. We'll use the spear. Look at this. So we have the loincloth of Jesus. We have King Robstercraw's dagger. Just so when you walk in, just so you know exactly what you're getting into. Except our sons will be fighting over that for all the years to come. Ooh, look at King Sigismund. 7,800 troops. You are mighty, my friend. Drop that for now. Why not both? The Blade of Robstercraw. Excalibur. Hold on. Dubs. Can I rename this? Excalibur. No. What did I do with it? I don't think I can rename artifacts. Click to select. It's a fine looking dagger. Oh, I can. King Robstercraw's dagger. Excalibur. That's brilliant. Thank you for that. Thank you for that double down. Okay. I'm thinking we might build... Do we want to get like another holding? We have a city holding. Do we have anywhere we can build a city? Because another city would give us decent amounts of money. Yeah, keep looking. Keep looking. Now, you know what? We're gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep improving all of our barracks. Because again, I think all of our spear damage is going to start stacking pretty good. Potentially. We've got a mine there. And for this one, I think we'll take the pastoral lands because we do still want to get tax money. Is there a way to see on our spearmen, like, we have a lot of bonuses to spearmen damage. Is there any way to see that? To see how our bonuses are stacking up for our troops? Metal, welcome in, my friend. And we are being called to war to the impressive King Robstercraw of Burgundy. I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the Thessalan claim on the county of Vera. Who are you, and why do I have an alliance to you? You're betrothed to my daughter. Oh, I think I might have married you out of convenience. My bad. I'm so sorry. Where are you located? The Byzantine Empire, eh? Join Thessalan on the claim of Vera as an attacker. You have 1,000 troops. Oh, they've got chump change. Heck yeah. We're going to roll them. Of course I'll join you. I always honor my alliances sometimes. Although this will be kind of expensive to charter a boat. But still, we haven't warred in a little while. And even though our troops are probably totally ill-equipped for this type of travel. What kind of terrain do we have? Oh no, is that hills? No, plains. Plains, hills. Plains and hills. Well, we're not the best suited for it. I just noticed, reading the Twitch panels, one of the rules... This is a mature stream. This is a PG-13 mature. How is everyone filing their taxes? H&R Block TurboTax? Accountant? Ooh. I mean, that'll give me more nightmares than anything else, so... We just did our taxes last week. I hate doing taxes, not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Where do we want to drop our troops? Let's... Take 5 months to get there. It'll take 4 months to get there. But it'll probably take another month just to come across. But I mean, there's a million little caveats and a million ways that they, you know, places will trick you into paying for it. Oh, I see we've got a billionaire in chat. Yeah, that's how you get into paying taxes.
Nobody cares.
It is my right and responsibility to determine what coinage is used throughout Burgundy. The choices I make will determine how the coinage, and by extension my realm, is seen throughout the world. Mint silver coins to facilitate trade. New silver coin is minted. We get development. Mint gold coins imprinted with my own. No. Debase the coinage with inexpensive nickel. I want to bump the development. Thank you very much. Going big on development. Irrelevant to game dial. You summoned it. Malagozata comes of age. I am proud to see my daughter no longer as a child, but as an adult. With sufficient tutelage, even a child that has displayed little natural inclination towards diplomatic influence, such as her, can come to truly understand it. Look at that. Gray Eminence. Heck yeah. And she is about ready to get married to the person who we have just joined. Oh, can't match roll linearly lit. All right. Well, we are off to fight your father-in-law's war. So, good luck. Let's try and... I think we might just go straight up in siege. Oh, look at this. We have a dynasty legacy. We're going to go for the congenial traits. Because I think our bloodline is suffering quite a bit right now. We don't have a lot of really good traits, and it's going to be really hard for us to get them. So I'm going to kind of bust down this tree as quickly as possible. Hey, our marshal. We keep trying to sway this fella. I don't think we need to do that anymore. You know best. Let's go looking for secrets elsewhere. We're going to start sieging. Where do we want to look for secrets? I guess we can look for secrets down here. They got plenty of coin. Danielson, the yes cat. Sensitivity. Robstercraw. This cat has got to go. My wife, the queen, is holding Danielson, the yes cat, up by the skin of her neck. Eyes red and nose running. I cannot stand this anymore. I can barely breathe when she is around. Well, then don't hang on to her. My wife wants to give Danielson away. Moderate health penalty. My wife gets a moderate health penalty if we keep the cat. I mean, or we can give the cat to someone else. We can give it, but I don't like any of these. Count Amory's. Amory's okay. Or just stop breathing. Drop her. Divorce. That's it. We're done. We're done here. You know what? Yeah. If you truly loved me, you'd be okay with Danielson. My wife is going to die now, and it's all of your faults. I do have a moderate health penalty in real life. Let's see if we can't take some hostages here. I think they're going to go chase their armies, which is fine by me. I'll take the hostages and I'll take the coin from the siege. And there we go. We have a victory. We won a little bit of gold, which probably didn't actually pay for our troops being risen. But we upheld our end of the bargain. We can go peek in at our court. Now, Doc Trot, if we were to go to our court... assuming you can hear that. Otherwise, I'm just grooving for no reason. Song is a banger. Well, that was supposed to work, but we'll see. The problem is the song is a banger, and I kept looking for places to cut it. And I'm like, I gotta have that intro. I gotta have that intro because like that bass line coming in is kind of awesome. But you know, when the rest of the music kicks in, that's kind of badass too. It's like, where do I stop this? You don't, and that's why you watch the whole episode. So we have a couple other inspirational projects. Armor and has an adventure inspiration. She wants to go to Northern Africa. I haven't seen this before. Alyssa, she wants to go to Northern Africa. Elisa, 136 gold that go to Africa. Her skill is legendary and renowned throughout the world. I kind of feel like I have to do this. So I need to get a little bit of gold here. Which it looks like we have just found our answers to that prayer. Where's my blackmail button? Where's my get gold button? Which is essentially what blackmail is now. Oh, I can't blackmail you. Was that the only option? Oh, this isn't going to go well. 39% chance. That's not super high. Here's some money. Go away. That's exactly. Blackmail refused. Well, then I'm going to start telling everyone all about what's going on. 20 gold. Am I sure that I don't have anyone else to blackmail? I feel... How does one refuse blackmail? They say, I'm not going to pay you. And then you have the option of either, you know what, you're right, I'm bluffing, or you spread their secret. So you have the option to either spread the secret or not. This guy is going to give me 50 gold. This person's going to give me 46 gold. This person's going to give me 10 gold. It turns out that I had blackmailed folks. I just forgot to cash in on it. Also, we have a few knights. So, I can't invite knights. How are we short on knights? That seems a little bit curious. All the same, I do want to... I want to try this. Because, again, she's legendary. And I don't know what this adventure inspiration is. So I'll give her 100... Like, some girl just showed up at our court. It's like, hey, I want to take like a gap year in school and go to Northern Africa. Do you want to give me 136 gold? Like, hey, I've never heard of you before. You're a bold villain, but okay. So I'm just going to give this 20-year-old 136 gold for her to go take a year. I think we might have one last blackmail in us. Hey, you tried to murder someone. Now give us some gold. Bold villain is my title on my business card, as luck would have it. Define random Steam key. Well, it's probably Hello Kitty Adventure Island, but there's also a good chance that it's just a random Steam key that I have from whether it's Humble Bundle or a million other places that I kind of forgot where I get it from. So, exclamation point raffle. I'll give you a key. I don't know what it's for, but I will find out what it is and toss it up in our Discord later. And we're going to get some gold from our church as well. I'll just toss that in. That way we come back to having lots of money here. All right. I'm going to leave this here. I think we'll leave the inspiration for next time. Damn it. And I died. I was in prison. My son died. Yeah, but you're not in prison now. And I mean, your son's still dead, but, you know. And I'm dead. Just got murdered. And we all know that the mouth is the beehole of the face, so put this out. I'm dead. Oh, God. Oh, no. There we go. F's in chat. We've died. Ah, no. No. I've never done one of these before. We just took a shirt off. We both took our shirts off. Oh, look at us.